Hello everybody and welcome back to me and Bluerush1992 talk about Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. This is episode 2 of a ongoing little mini-series here that we're doing on this channel. If you did not watch episode 1 yet, please do yourself the favor and go watch it right now. You will literally not understand a single thing that's going on in this video if you haven't seen it. Alright, with that being said, let's jump right back into this.
Dude, I would just love for them to do an Unleashed too. Just like, don't even think about it that deep. Just do it. Like, think about it. I mean, they have the world map right here. They could just have like countries that are right next to them that like Sonic has never explored before. Literally, it is that simple. It's one of those things where like in a what if perfect scenario world, yeah, they could literally do like, instead of Chang'an, they do like the streets of Tokyo. Instead of like Shamar or something, they could do like Mexico City, so kind of like a Spanish vibe. Instead of like Italy or Spain, like Spagonia, it's more like France, I guess. I don't know. There's so many different settings that they haven't covered, and literally it's just like, just name it Sonic World Adventure, like the original Japanese title.
Yeah.
Just do that. Just do that again. Like literally Sonic running through the globe and just like cool stages. That's it. That's all we need. We don't need open world Sonic, which is just Breath of the Wild, but bad. We don't need Wisps. And, like, I guess if they wanted to make this game better than Unleashed, hypothetically, I guess no Werehog, but, you know.
I'm a fan of the Werehog, personally.
I like the Werehog, but, like, if it could be removed, it kind of didn't feel like Sonic. It's one of those things where it's like, it could have been a different character, but they decided to make it Sonic, so it's, I don't know.
I remember hearing people say Knuckles was supposed to be involved in the game in the early stages, and then that got scrapped because this was around the 06 time and Sonic's stupid friends, haha, lol, so they cut out as much, I guess you could call it, fat as possible, so they were like, oh, no Knuckles, gotta be Sonic only.
No friends for Sonic.
No friends, he is loser, no friends.
He's a loser.
He has no friends. Hey, kind of like his fan base. Anyway, something
Dude,
I do
so
want to
off
mention.
track.
Yeah, and I expected that to happen, and that's why I made the disclaimer. This is not going to be an organized video in the slightest bit. It's going to be pure word vomit with slight organization, and that's how I do things over here.
And maybe some opinions.
Maybe some opinions, maybe some jokes, maybe some casual racism. We don't know what we're going to expect, and that's what's so great about it. I do want to talk about the UI, because I do have a couple mods on that enhance the quality of like this pause menu. I know what you might be thinking is who gives a fuck, and I thought the same thing when I saw that there was a mod that changes the textures of these from the original game, because despite what you may think, this pause menu, the HUD on this world map, like where the rings are, the medals, the text on the bottom of the screen, and then like the boost meter in the day stages and shit, those all use the original assets from the original game. They didn't get upscaled at all with this port.
Yeah.
So, and I know what you're thinking is, who cares, right? I thought the same thing, but after putting this mod on and just seeing how crisp like this box looks, it's just a gray box. I get it, but it looks so good that now I can never go back to seeing how it looked originally.
You should do a side-by-side, just at least for one of the menus, like to show how pixelated it is. Because, yeah, I've noticed that, because, like...
I'll try to remember. Hopefully I'm not too lazy. Future Kyle, please do a side-by-side. It's so easy. It's not hard. Just fucking do it. Turn the mod off, record footage, just do it. Like, literally all I have to do is turn the mod off, boot the game up, and then record it. That's all I gotta do. I think I'm capable of that.
I think so.
I think I think I can do it. I gotta like psych myself up for it. You can do it. You can record 10 seconds of footage. You got this. But yeah, so this HUD looks incredible because it never got upscaled with the port, which makes sense, right? Like it's the same assets, and that also goes for the stars in the background here. I don't know if you noticed, that is a mod as well.
Wait, are the stars not part of the original game?
They are, but they use a very flat, very low-res, just like generic star background outer space .png, which, you know, game was released in 2008, probably got developed in 2007, so it makes sense that that image that they used for the stars on the title screen, which I will also back out to just so we can see it. It's the same texture, but I'll do a side-by-side for that as well. The stars in the original look really, really low res, and I never really paid attention to them and focused on them, but comparing this mod with these stars compared to the original, it's, no pun intended, it is literally like night and day between the two. It looks so incredible with this mod on, and it feels like that's...
Slow down, dude. You're literally doing the fucking Sonic Unleashed ad campaign.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Do you remember the ads where it's like, the difference is night and day?
Dude, that should have been me. I could have been that guy in those commercials. I could have done it.
Actually, I don't think I've ever noticed that there were stars. I don't think I've ever stared at the globe this long.
Dude, I'll send you the mod for it, and you can see for yourself. It is a genuine huge difference.
I need to start playing with mods. Right now, I am playing it like super fucking vanilla, and like I get the issue that you're talking about, where like the textures, because I have a 4K monitor now, so I am seeing like the pixels for all the little
really
icons.
see that shit.
Like Sonic's model looks good, but everything else is just like I can see the little jaggy edges on it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with playing the game vanilla. I mean, the original game is incredible, but I feel like, let's say in an alternate dimension where this game got a real official PC port by a competent development team, so in other words, not by Sega and Sonic Team, I feel like part of what they would do is they would update the star background to make it look like how it does now, because the original texture looks, you know, kind of rough. They would update the HUD elements because you can see how blocky they look, because, again, old game versus current modern hardware, it looks a lot better now. In a real PC port that has like love put into it, these are the types of little minuscule details that get updated that nobody would ever think about, but should still get changed for the sake of making the game better than the original product. Like, that's just common sense. Same with the buttons. You see my A and B icon down there?
Oh yeah, you got the Xbox. Is that the Xbox One?
I don't know if it's the Xbox One specifically, but I know the mod that I'm using for it is called like Modern Button something.
Xbox confuses me. Like, this is why I just said fuck it and went PlayStation again, because like I can't get the whole Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and I'm just like, it's hard to follow. Like, I am not playing video games as much as I used to back in the day. Old me would have been like, oh my god, you're such a boomer. But like literally now it's like it's hard to follow. Like, at least PlayStation's like PS4, PS5. It's that easy.
Yeah, it just goes in sequential order and that's it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's all it needs to be.
The PS5 controller actually is kind of the definitive controller to use for this game, because they actually utilized the like the color thing that goes around the touchpad, and you can actually use the touchpad to scroll around this world map like super fast.
Oh, really? I had no idea. My PC doesn't have a Bluetooth. I need to get a Bluetooth adapter, but actually I'd really like to play it on the PlayStation, because that's like my favorite controller right now. Like, if I'm not playing on my PC, I'm playing on my PS5.
Yeah, that even I can say that. The controller for the PS5 is super nice. And you can like scroll around the map super fast with it, and you know how it has LED lights on it too?
I hear it changes when you go Werehog and Sonic, right?
Yeah, it does, which is, again,
that's
detail
like
that does not matter, but
detail.
so
Yeah.
cool, so cool. Same with the icon on the executable for your taskbar on your computer. Depending on if it's day or night, it changes from Sonic to Werehog. That didn't make sense. From Hedgehog to Werehog.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'll put again, if I'm not lazy in the future, I'll put up a screenshot of the taskbar changing depending on what time of day it is in game. But again, such a cool detail that they didn't need to do, but they did. And it just makes it feel so, like, I don't know, cool. It's just cool. There's really no other word to describe it but that. Talk about the in-game options. Oh yeah, so we kind of were fucking around with these before, but this is a super fleshed out options menu. I didn't expect them to have as many things in here as they do.
Again, it's one of those that, like, it's only because it's made by fans that they're thinking about this.
Yeah, this would not be...
A company would not give you the option to choose the time of day transition from PlayStation to Xbox. I mean, the Xbox One is obviously the best one, but, like...
I agree, but the only reason that I have it on PlayStation and not Xbox is because my computer, and most people's computers nowadays, can load things so fast that when you have this turned on, it forces the cutscene to play, which makes the loading screens longer. because this little animation is longer than it takes the game to load, which is the only reason I have this turned on. Otherwise, yeah, this is much better all day long.
Yeah,
everybody can agree with that. But
I mean, it's just something more to see than just like a metal spinning around.
Totally agreed. But unfortunately, I don't got time to waste watching cutscenes every time I want to swap the time of day, so we're rocking with the PlayStation 1 for now.
I wonder if someone will make a mod where you can just do it real time. Like
in Eggmanland?
Yeah, because like Eggmanland's like the one stage where it showed that, the PS3 and the Xbox obviously needed to load, but the idea was there that literally, like, if it ran perfectly, it could just switch instantly. Like, I always thought that was really cool.
How would that affect, like, the lighting, though? Like, going from broad daylight to nighttime immediately?
I don't know. It could be, like, some sort of, like, flash transition sort of thing. I'm not the game developer, so...
That's true. It is not your job to figure that out.
Yeah, they can fucking think about it. Here I am just begging that they follow my requests. Dude, you should play Eggmanland. That stage is so good. I love doing the skip. Like, have you done that skip where you can go past, like, the Werehog? You can skip one of the Werehog sections in Eggmanland?
Oh, yeah. Not a glitch, though. You just mean the gameplay itself.
Yeah, just the game itself. It's, like, one of
Yeah.
those things where, like, you don't think you can do it until it's like, oh, yeah, you just run to the right, and then all of a sudden you skip an entire Werehog section. I'm like, that's good level design right there.
I have deadass done that so many times that I don't even remember what that Werehog section is, because I haven't played it in a decade.
Me neither.
I always skip it. I always skip it every time.
Ever since I saw, like, some
Fuck it, let's
guy's,
play
like, S-rank run, like, forever ago, and he did that skip, my mind was blown.
And it's not even really like it's hidden. It's just kind of off to the side.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, if you're, like, just going in blind and just, like, want to press forward, like you're a Sonic Forces player or something, you're just going to do that. But if you actually have a brain and decide to explore a little bit, you literally get rewarded by not playing as the Werehog. and actually saving yourself a ton of time.
I love this level so much, dude.
It's so good. You actually are going a completely different path than what I do.
I'm going to take you on a tour of how I play Eggmanland. I take the same route every single time. Nothing ever changes. And I'm not going to go for, like, a high score or anything. I'm going to skip enemies and shit.
No, it's actually cool because, like, Eggmanland has, like, all these optional paths and stuff. And so, like, I feel like none of the run-throughs I see are the same. Everyone just kind of plays it a little bit differently, or there's another path that's faster for them, or they just like going through more.
Douchebag.
Damn, dude.
Fuck you. I'm getting jumped.
They're ganging up on you.
Yeah, what the hell? Skip this
what is this,
section right
Atlanta?
here. Atlanta? What does Atlanta have to do with anything?
I don't know, bro. Just assumed if you're just gonna get jumped, it's gonna be in Atlanta.
I hate this part. So much waiting.
Have you seen that one thing on Twitter where someone was complaining that Spider-Man 2... Yeah, we're getting really off topic here now. But someone was complaining that Spider-Man 2 is set in New York, and someone replied to, what do you want Spider-Man to be, Atlanta?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like,
what is he going to do? What's he going to do there? What happens in Atlanta?
Yeah, like, why is he going to leave New York? His whole thing is he's in New York. Why are you going to be mad when the map is the same?
Oh, that's right, yeah, because they were like, it's just New York City again. First of all, we really are getting so off topic. The map is so much bigger in Spider-Man 2 than it was in the first game. So many different neighborhoods, like, out into Brooklyn and shit, and that alone made it, in my opinion, worth its existence.
Oh, yeah. Problem is, I don't like how the story went, though. The story was kind of ass, and that's kind of stopped me from replaying it, which sucks because I thought it was going to be Game of the Year.
I don't know if you
have. You haven't? I played it, and, like, it's one of those things where, like, obviously the first time I played it, I was so excited because it was brand new. And then New Game Plus came by, and, you know, there was no DLC planned for anything in the future. So literally I beat it, and it's like, I kind of just fulfilled, like, an obligation. I'm just like, okay, I beat it again, and I'm never going to touch it. Which is sad, because the web swinging is so much better in the second game.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's so good. I'm surprised I got through that without getting hurt.
there was a brief period when like I kind of left Bluerush1992, and I was like, well, I've always been a big fan of Spider-Man ever since I was like a kid. What if I just made a Spider-Man channel? I
Red
deadass
Spider
almost,
1992.
I deadass almost made a Spider-Man like gaming channel. It did not happen, but now I'm kind of thinking, man, it actually would be kind of fun to talk about that because I've never gotten to talk to like anyone on my YouTube audience about it because like legit before Sonic, like Spider-Man was like my huge thing. And it still is. And I mean, yeah.
Oh shit. Dude, this is so cool. How do you not like this level? Not you, like the general. How do people not like this level?
It's hard. I don't like challenge in video games.
It's the last fucking level. It's supposed to be.
There's that way better voice actor.
I just noticed one of my mods isn't working. On the subject of him being the voice, I love Jason Griffith. Jason Griffith till I die, alright? Especially Unleashed and Black Knight. That is best voice direction, best writing, best personality. So good. However, and this has nothing to do with him, it has to do with the game developers, they did not give that man enough recordings for the game and how much you repeat, like, the same actions in gameplay.
Oh yeah, no. You hear the woo like a million times.
Yeah. So I have a mod that kind of makes that woo feeling good line play a lot less, which I'm a fan of because I don't want to hear it every time I fucking light dash or do a QTE. So they just kind of took clips from Black Knight and shoved them into the rotation, which is just so much nicer having a little bit more variety. It's not working for some reason, though. I've noticed that they're not playing.
I think I
probably
told
got
you
the
the other.
loader fucked up somehow.
I think I told you the other day, but like I really want to play Black Knight for some reason. I listened to I watched some video. I heard Fight the Night play, and I'm like, damn, that game had such a good soundtrack. And for a storybook game, the gameplay was actually pretty good.
Dude, Black Knight is a dope game. Oh, I never got that.
I like
book.
Secret Rings more personally, as controversial as that is, but
Insane
like,
opinion.
it gets way more fun though. The problem is you do have to upgrade Sonic to level like 99, which takes like about 5 years. So
yeah, see, I'm not fond of that. I don't want to have to work to make the game fun. I want it to just be fun from the start, or at the very least, fun adjacent, and then it gets better as you unlock shit. Like, Unleashed is fun for... Oh, fuck.
Oh, damn. Were you trying to restart?
I don't... God
Were you
damn
going
it.
for the S rank?
I was. I can usually play this level mindlessly and turn my brain off, but I fucked up.
I will say this section kind of does suck. Just like the... I don't know what it is about the Werehog, but the camera isn't the best for telling you like where you're gonna land, and I swear there's no drop shadow sometimes. So
oh yeah, I think I saw a mod for a better drop shadow. So yeah, you're not the only one. The drop shadow does kind of suck for him, which sucks because his whole thing is platforming.
Exactly.
And combat.
Well, like, I mean, there's stages like Spagonia Night where like at least you don't have like a huge pit underneath you. You have like the little things to hang on to in case you fall, but Eggmanland, of course, is not gonna do that, so it just makes it more difficult.
Ah, shit. Whatever.
Oh, you have the homing dash like mod, right? Where like the A button is like the dash and the X button's the boost.
So
I need to install that.
Dude, let's talk about it, because it changed so much more to this game for me than I thought it would. I can't use any examples right now because I'm obviously in the middle of playing Eggmanland, but I'll show you a section in, what's it called? I can't remember. I'm going to be racist. Africa, in the Africa level. I can't remember the name of the actual stage. There's a section there where having that mod turned on, god damn it, changes the pacing so good. And the level
I'd love
is
to
just
see
a lot
that.
faster.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I always like one thing I always thought of is whenever we got the air boost, I did always miss the homing dash, and there are some instances where the homing dash itself, if you like do that onto a rail, it's faster than the boost. Like, I don't know what it is with the physics, but there are some times where, yeah, the homing dash is faster than you air boosting on it. But once you get the air boost, you obviously can't turn it off anymore. So, like, you kind of lose that.
Exactly. You lose a whole move from Sonic's moveset, which sucks because sometimes I do just genuinely want to air dash, or sometimes there's something I can homing attack in the way, but I would prefer to air boost, but I can't because the homing attack reticle has locked onto something, and now I'm forced to homing attack when I don't want to. So having the ability to choose what I want to do, which sounds insane because why would that not be a thing? For whatever reason it's not. I don't know what the developers were thinking with mapping the button like that, because it's not like AA or XX on PlayStation does anything in the base game. There's no move that utilizes that button input.
Yeah, that's what always kind of confused me about the adventure games. It's like where they had Sonic do the magic hands, the lightspeed dash, the spin dash, the somersault with one button. And I'm like looking at the Dreamcast controller, I'm like, you guys know there are multiple buttons, right?
Yeah, dude, and that's still a problem today.
Sense.
It is still a problem today with modern Sonic games, is they don't utilize the buttons. I don't know why.
Oh, here's
like,
the skip.
Dude, they're on the controller for a reason. Fucking use them. Yeah, so skipping a whole Werehog section right now.
I bet some 8-year-old has his mind blown if he's watching this YouTube video.
I know. He's probably like, what? I didn't know you could do that. I thought the Werehog sucked. I don't know where that last part came from. I'm just projecting because I like the Werehog. Also, my Jason Griffith mod is working, apparently. I just heard a couple of the different voice clips play when I light dashed. I heard him go, all right. That's not in the base game. He just says, woo, feeling good, 900 times per level.
Yeah.
And again,
you get used to it. It's
good
just
line.
Noise.
Good line. His direction in that line was excellent. I just don't want to hear it 57 times per level. You know, that's just me.
What did they give Jason Griffith for his Werehog death scream? That shit is like, I mean, I know everyone's joked about it already, but he literally screamed like rent was due for that Werehog death scream.
He put so much life into his voice. I don't know. Sonic feels as gay as this sounds. Sonic felt super real when he was voicing him. Like
he felt like a real person.
Yeah, he felt like a real person.
It's crazy because Roger Sonic, for the most part, like especially in Frontiers, it actually is just his normal voice except depression. But like Roger has the voice of it. He doesn't sound like a real person. His real voice.
Yeah, he
like,
kind of sounds like a character. I know what you mean.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a real person, and it's also funny because he's in so many like roles in like regular show, and you can just tell it's Roger, because like suddenly he'll be a guest character, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? It's me, Roger." That was horrible, actually. Never mind. Delete that.
We'll cut that out. Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Aw, Sonic's just going down for the. It's going through a tube.
That looks like fun. I always wait for these things to go in and then come out because I have trust issues. See? You see that? Fuck those guys, dude. I feel like I have some childhood trauma that I repressed from my memory where I thought I could trust those poles, but they went in.
I think I have that trauma from doing like my first original S-rank run for Unleashed in this level.
I hate this part. Oh my god, I hate this part so much. You were talking about the other Werehog section being bad. This is my least favorite part of this whole level. My fucking heart rate is up the entire time.
I keep forgetting about that section where literally it's a leap of faith. Like that will, and it's so close to the end of the stage too. Like that will determine if you get an S rank or not.
I hate these fucking fans too. I mean, no, I don't. I love this game. It's perfect. There's no issues at all. Just ignore what's happening on screen.
Yeah. I mean, this easily is better than 5 Sonic Forces games combined.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's challenging. It just doesn't control the best. The sliding sections,
Frontiers.
I mean.
Frontiers is even worse than Forces, which I can't even believe they managed to do that.
Control-wise, you mean? Or as a... There's no way you think Frontiers as a whole is worse than Forces?
Well, here's the thing. Frontiers was boring.
It was boring. I'm with you there.
It was
bored
very,
the whole
very
time I played
boring.
it.
And at least Forces was short enough that, I play it, I'm done, and then I don't have to look at it anymore. I did not care about all the little mini levels inside of the open world because, like, oh, wow, look at this spring, but just takes me to a random grind rail, and then that's it.
Dude, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Damn, you have, like, no Unleashed meter either. What if you break those containers? You'd get the Unleashed meter, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Jesus.
The QuickTime combos is, like, the easiest way to cheese all the enemies. Like, if I'm going for an S rank run, that's legit all I will do. I'll just get them to that point where it's the QuickTime event and just do it.
Yeah.
Because you get so much score. Like, that's how I mainly play Werehog. Like, I just do it for the score, and, like, if you finish at a decent time, it's a guaranteed S rank. Just don't die.
Somebody commented, I'm going to bring it up again and plug it, my Moonmetal video. I briefly showed my score on Eggmanland, and he said, like, I doubt that this is true, but he said I have one of the highest scores for it he's ever seen and might be the highest score in the world. His words, not mine. I don't think that that's true. Someone is bound to have a higher score than I do. But he asked how I did it, and if you're watching this video, Mr. Moonmetal video commenter guy, the way I did it is this right here. I did every QuickTime event possible that I could, just to beef up my score. And
that's the way to do it.
That's the best way to do it.
I mean, that's just guaranteed S rank at that point. Like, I think my original Xbox S rank on Unleashed, I took 30 minutes. I mean, maybe it was like 25 or 30 minutes. And then, like, it was like an insane score. Just because I knew I would basically get the S rank on the score alone. It's kind of like that one level in 06. I think it was the final one in Sonic's story. Where, yeah, you can legit just get an S rank off of just hitting 50,000 score.
Yeah. 06 is actually a lot easier of a game to S rank than people think because, haha, game bad, glitches, XD. But if you just get a little bit good at it, it really becomes easy to play and fun as well.
Project 06 also made Sonic 06 way better to play.
Oh yeah, dude. There's no arguing there. And again, I am also an 06 dick sucker as well as Unleashed, but I can say that with certainty.
I mean you like 06 more than I do. I
love
appreciate
06.
I appreciate that 06 was basically Sonic Adventure 3 without them saying that. And, like, I see so many aspects of it. And I love the stages. I love Kingdom Valley. I love Wave Ocean. There were so many nice ideas brought into that game. But, like, unfortunately, yeah, the loading times were shit. And, like textures for the NPCs kind of look like shit, too. And, like, the game was really rushed. But I see the idea.
I could always see what they were going for with that game, man. That's why I always stood on business when it came to 06, and I said what I said.
I mean, literally,
I'm going to show you what I meant,
Sonic's
by the way.
control scheme is like Sonic Adventure 1. He has the spin dash and everything, just no one uses it. And, like, in Project 06, it's... Yeah, it was pretty bad in 06.
Oh, it was horrible. It was
in Project 06
completely
is a lot better.
useless. Yeah, because it's the spam dash from SA1.
I remember before I had an Xbox and, like, I wanted to play 06, and I didn't even know the spin dash was in the game because all the walkthroughs I saw, no one used it. I discovered it on accident. I'm like, why does no one use it? And then, like, as soon as I charged up for the first time, like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, it's useless.
Because it takes forever to charge up, and then you go no faster than if you were just running. So I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand why no one uses this.
So right here, this is the part I want to show you as an example of why remapping the homing attack does so much more to the game than I thought. So at first, right, and we talked about this in our original discussion from 10 years ago, saying how the only two things I really wanted on PC Unleashed, don't know why I said it backwards, was remapping the homing attack, because it never made sense to change it to AX in the first place. Ever since its inception in Sonic Adventure 1, it's always been the jump button twice. I don't know why they changed it. I feel like they just did that to shoot themselves in the foot because they realized how great Unleashed was, and they were like, oh, this is too good. We gotta fuck something up somehow. So they just remapped the homing attack button just to do it.
It really made no sense, too, because the previous games... The previous games, like any game before it, still had the same thing where the jump button was the homing attack button. And it's not like... And Sonic didn't have the double jump at this point.
Mario Kart? Sonic didn't play Mario Kart Double Dash in the older games, but
He didn't have the-
nowadays
he
he
didn't-
does. Don't know why.
Well, man, they got rid of my favorite feature, the double boost.
I'm gonna stop you right there. That's enough of that. So let me show you real quick what's going on here. Should I just do it really fast, or should I explain it slowly?
How are you gonna explain it slowly?
That's true. Just watch.
Yeah, just... Oh yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that in vanilla game because the homing attack reticle locks onto those poles, and when you don't have the option of air boosting through a section. It forces you to homing attack, or it forces you to air dash, depending on what part of whatever level you're in. But because I have a choice now with my movement, I, the player, can choose what I want the character I am playing as to do. Because
Even
that
that
is
was
how
kinda
a video
badass.
game should work.
No, even that was badass. That little homing attack chain that you did, where literally you homing attack the first two enemies and you air boost. That's not possible because the
Yeah.
reticle would literally lock onto the next enemy.
Exactly.
Again, it's like the Xbox controller has so many buttons. Why did they do that?
They don't
Oh,
use...
I heard one of the new voice lines.
Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
I'm pretty sure that's from Black Knight. And the thing
Does
that
it
I
say that on
like...
Black Knight? I don't even remember that.
God damn it. The thing that I like about this mod is it doesn't sound like 06 voice clips, for example, where his delivery is a little bit different, so it sounds a little out of place compared to Unleashed, where he's perfect.
Yeah.
It sounds
I mean,
actually consistent. Like, it sounds like Lost Unleashed voice clips, basically.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, anything that was past 06, Jason Griffith got really good. Like,
Oh, he got
Secret
so good,
Rings,
man.
Unleashed, and Black Knight, those were his best performances by far. He, like, nailed it. He kind of had to practice for a little bit, I guess if I were to put it that way. Like, 06, he was still kind of finding the voice. It still sounded, like, almost cartoony, but by the time of Secret Rings and Unleashed, it sounds like Sonic, but it also sounds like a person. You know, back to that discussion again, where it's like, you know, you can have a conversation with him. Having a conversation with Roger Craig Smith Sonic being like, "Oh, Yacker, yeah, let's get to your planet." Like, it doesn't sound like a real person you're talking to.
No. And
Or
I know
if
there's
you're
going to be
talking
somebody
to-
who's going to comment, well, Sonic's not a real person, so that means it's good. Obviously, that's not what you meant, but I know what you
Yeah.
meant. Of course.
He's not real. None of this matters. Okay, then go fucking kill yourself.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that personally, but yeah, I mean, we can go with that. I also love this level, too. It's a shame I can't hear the music. But I know it's good, so that's all I need to know. Although, something I noticed when replaying this game as much as I have been lately, a lot of the later couple of levels feel a little, like, not rushed, but they feel very video gamey. Like, look what's happening right now. I'm on floating beams in the sky. You know what I mean? And I know that that's very Sonic, and I know they're present in every level, but Unleashed just has so much realism in it that when I get to a section like this, it just feels very... I don't know. It's strange to me. I can't help but think about that sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, for the most part, this beam is like fairly realistic until you realize, why the fuck are there chainsaws?
Yeah, like, obviously there's got to be hazards and shit. I get it. And, like, this beam right here that I'm on just looks like New York City scaffolding, which obviously Empire City is based off New York City. So this makes sense, but...
Nah, bro, it's Chicago.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Fucking Atlanta.
Yeah, this is Atlanta right here.
This Atlanta, Georgia right here, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it right there.
So the reason I played this level is I wanted to show you more Werehog versatility when you get good at the game. Normally, you would go over there, fight some more enemies, do some platforming over there, and then go around the whole level.
Okay, I play like that.
I like to say fuck that, and I just do this. And I come over here.
Damn. Okay.
And I skip that whole section entirely. Unfortunately, you do have to kill these enemies, and I'll show you why in a second. I just want to get them out of the way first. At least I think you have to kill them. I could be wrong, but it doesn't take that long, so take them out.
But why do you have to? I don't even see, like, a shield.
I'll show
or
you.
anything.
So, killing the enemies is what opens this door right here, and then the switch
Oh,
turns that
wait,
laser.
you couldn't just do your jump again?
You can, and I'll show you what happens. The camera glitches, so if I go back over, it moves over like... Are you fucking kidding me? It's not going to do it now that I'm recording. Dude. You saw how the camera faced...
I just saved you so much time on your run now.
You see the direction that Sonic's facing right now?
Yeah.
When I first got on this platform, when the enemies spawned, it was facing this way. I swear to God, every time you go over this fence, the camera locks in that position, which makes this section impossible to do because you can't see.
Oh, okay. I see.
But of course, since I'm recording and I'm trying to prove a point...
I mean, not gonna lie, the factor you did change is you did not defeat those enemies. It's probably because
Dude,
the game is still locking on. Okay.
I'm not letting this game make me look like a douchebag. I'm gonna show you that I am right, and you are wrong, and everyone is wrong, and I'm always right.
Oh, back to the whole like Unleashed is like kind of realistic and stuff, and like platforms are like somewhat realistic and all that. It's funny doing some of the missions because I just did a lot of the Spagonia missions, and there's one where some like little girl steals her mom's food because she thinks her mom's fat.
Which she is.
Yeah, she is.
She definitely is.
I mean, she's no. She's plus size. What was it?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. She's plus size. You'll see her at a Target. Anyway, so like one of those stages is you go through the entirety of Rooftop Run to find her and confront her over stealing her mom's food. Meanwhile, Sonic is going through the fucking like that giant aqueduct with robots and spikes and lasers, and I'm like, how the fuck did this little girl get here?
I know exactly what mission you're talking about.
Because literally, like, at the very end, there's no goal ring. You see her model there. So I'm like, how did you get over the ramp that gets you to that building at the very end of the stage?
Dude,
what is going on here?
She's just goated like that. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Are dash pads canonical to, like, everything?
Imagine a little regular kid just touching it and getting launched across the fucking sky. He has no idea what's happening.
I mean, it's like that thing in Empire City where the very beginning is like a loop-de-loop. I'm like, is a car really expected to drive through this loop-de-loop?
Yeah, isn't this supposed to be a road that people, like, drive on? Why is there a loop-de-loop here?
Imagine just, like, you're on a call with someone. It's like, yeah, I just got on 75. Hold on, I got to go to 200 miles an hour to make this loop.
Yo, guys, hold on a second. Whoa! What the fuck?
Wait, I thought you weren't going to defeat the enemies this time.
No, I'm gonna... Oh, wait, you're right. I realized that was the whole reason
Run it back. Run it back.
Hold on. Let me see if it does it. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's hard to line yourself up on the beam, and that's the one that has the spikes, so you can't just cheese it.
I hate the spikes on it. It just, like, I get it to make it a little bit more challenging, but literally it means if you touch that spike once, it's instant
You're
death.
dead.
Unless you save yourself with like a Werehog combo.
Yeah, see, it did it again. So now it's impossible to line yourself up and get through that without dying.
I believe in you. I believe you can do it.
I don't know why it didn't do it the first time, but when you run through the door, the camera doesn't flip over like that, so now I can actually see what I'm doing.
Weird. I guess the camera's trying to tell you, wait, you need to go through the other path on your left. I guess they don't expect you to...
Yeah, it didn't do it again. Weird. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I guess sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, anyway, there's a nice little skip for you. You can skip this entire section of not Rooftop Run. What is this? New York City.
Empire
I don't
City.
remember. Yeah, Empire City.
No, wait, Chicago. No, Atlanta, sorry.
Any city besides Manhattan, please.
Yeah, it's not Manhattan.
Definitely not Manhattan.
Nah, bro, this is Atlanta for sure.
You can skip all those enemies, too. You don't actually have to fight them. Fuck you guys. See you later.
It's weird because, like, the game, like, I guess if you don't know, you assume you have to beat all those enemies. But it's really only if you see that purple shield. That's the only time you actually need to defeat them. You can run past so many enemies. But the game makes you think, I have to beat them to, like, go past it.
That combo was sick. Dude, the Werehog is so much fun.
He
I
is
don't
so
care what
much
anyone
fun.
says.
I think out of all the gimmicks that Sonic has kind of done, that's like, I mean, low key, I feel like Sega's always kind of been copying trends for a minute. Like when Sonic Unleashed came out, God of War was like really hot, and like this. Oh wow, you almost
That
lost
was,
that.
dude. I would have fucking closed the level. I'm not redoing this again.
But like God of War and Devil May Cry was like really big at the time, so I understand why they decided let's do Sonic Combat, and then like Frontiers was like, oh, Breath of the Wild is cool, let's give them open world. Like they've always kind of been copying trends, but I feel like they pretty much nailed it with the Werehog. Like it was just such a good system to copy, you know, because like Frontiers and like Breath of the Wild, they're very different games. Like first off, Link isn't fast as fuck. There's a lot more exploration there. Meanwhile, Sonic, I feel like has always been done best when there's levels. Like I love the hub worlds in Unleashed and the like little like Gaia gate, stage gate entrances. Those are really nice to have. Like where it's like you kind of have to find the level and you can have your full abilities. You can light dash, you can air boost. There's even collectibles. You can find moon medals in those little like entrance gates. That's the best way to do a Sonic hub world. And like I guess if they did that on a bigger scale, that's probably the best way to do a Sonic open world, but I don't know. They tried it out. Open world is just not for Sonic.
Yeah, I used to think that it could be like the ideal standard for a 3D Sonic game, but after Frontiers, I kind of think level to level type stuff is
Yeah.
best.
I think level to level is it's just always how it's been, you know? And like I would love to have an Unleashed style hub world. At least if you're going to do a world that has like 4 or 5 levels, at least have something like that where you get to explore, maybe you're slightly slower and you get to like, you know, do more there.
I
But
can't do it.
stage to stage is just like that's just how Sonic has always been. And like you can even tell they didn't fully commit in Frontiers either cuz there's cyberspace. So there are levels in there. It's just you have to
really
unlock them
shitty
first.
levels.
Yeah.
I
That
hated,
just
I think,
literally,
every
they
single
literally
level.
take existing level design. As soon as I recognized the level design, I'm like, wait a minute.
As soon as I realized I was playing Green Hill, the 3D segments of Green Hill from Generations, but with
As soon
shittier
as-
controls and shitty music, I was like, why am I doing this?
As soon as I realized I was playing Missouri Act 2, the drifting level, except worse in Frontiers, I
Yeah.
was like, something is really off. This does not feel right.
Not only reusing level assets, but just straight up reusing levels. It was insane.
Also, the concept of drift dash pads is fucking stupid.
I think he was just supposed to have drift as a moveset, but the game was unfinished, so they had to like shove it in like that instead, and instead of just being able to do it whenever you want. That's my little headcanon anyway.
That makes
I
sense.
also have something controversial to say about the DLC, but I don't think people are ready for that conversation.
I played like part of the DLC. I didn't even finish it. It's one of those things where Frontiers just got boring. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old as fuck now and I don't have time to focus on video games as much as I used to. But it just like it gave me Shadow the Hedgehog vibes, where the game's not like horrible. It's not unplayable. It's just not like really fun.
Yeah, it's just kind of boring. Except for the boss fights. The boss fights, I will say, are probably some of my favorite, if not my favorite, Supersonic bosses in this series. I just wish that the spectacle and the setting and set pieces were a little more interesting.
I mean, the music for those boss fights was pretty sick.
Oh, the music was incredible.